Here is your latest African news. Your news highlights. Kenya. Raila Odinga files petition to challenge Kenyan election outcome. DR Congo. DR Congo campaigners face threats over oil blocks. Kenya. Scottish firm ordered to halt legal action in Kenyan tea pickers case. East Africa. Alarm as Somalia's Hassan Sheikh Mohamud sours ties with Ethiopia. Zimbabwe. Gas drilling project to begin in Zimbabwe. Diaspora. Black America benefits from Biden signing Inflation Reduction Act. Kenya. Raila Odinga files petition to challenge Kenyan election outcome. Raila Odinga's presidential petition against William Ruto's election has finally been admitted at the Supreme Court of Kenya. Mr. Odinga, a veteran opposition leader who reigned with the backing of President Uhuru Kenyatta, has rejected the outcome of the August 9th poll, branding it as a travesty. Mr. Odinga and his running mate and co-petitioner Martha Karua are seeking 23 reliefs, including an order for the inspection of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) servers and scrutiny of the rejected and spoiled votes. They also want an order for scrutiny and forensic audit of the Kenya Integrated Elections Management Systems (KEEMS) kit, IEBC website and portal. The pair is also seeking an order to summon Director of Criminal Investigations George Kinoti to produce statements, photographs, reports, equipment, laptops, phones and other gadgets and any other material connected or related to the conduct of the elections and found in possession of the Venezuelan nationals arrested at a Nairobi airport. They further want Mr. Kinoti summoned and directed to produce laptops allegedly retrieved and seized from an agent of the UDA party and report on the forensic analysis and examination of the laptops and content. DR Congo. DR Congo campaigners face threats over oil blocks. Environmental campaigners in the Democratic Republic of Congo on August 23rd said they had faced threats due to their opposition to last month's auction of 30 oil and gas blocks. In a statement, 8 environmental groups including Greenpeace, the Rainforest Foundation and the Network for the Conservation and Restoration of Forest Ecosystems (CREF) said campaigners in DRC were facing direct threats. The group said that campaigners had received a barrage of threats on social media, including accusations of treason, death threats, and menacing anonymous phone calls. In launching the auction of licensing rights for 27 oil and 3 gas blocks, the Kinshasa government promised to ensure environmental norms were respected. President Felix Tshisekedi said exploration work will be carried out using the most modern technological means that protect the environment, and drilling will be subject to a plan designed to minimize harmful effects on the ecosystem. But of the 27 oil blocks, 9 are in the huge Central Basin rainforest and peatlands region in the west of the country. The plan to open up portions of the world's second biggest rainforest to allow drilling liable to release carbon into the atmosphere is controversial. Campaigners have warned that the move could have disastrous consequences for local people in an area blessed with rich biodiversity, whose peatlands help to retain tens of billions of carbon deposits. A petition to end oil and gas development in the DRC that NGOs launched ahead of the auctions has attracted more than 100,000 signatories. Kenya. A tea company is being ordered to stop taking legal action in Kenya to block a lawsuit in Scotland. More than 1,000 former and current employees of James Finlay Kenya Limited (JFK) are suing the company for damages at Scotland's Supreme Civil Court, the Court of Session. Last month, the firm won a temporary injunction from a court in Nairobi, stopping workers from pursuing the case. A Court of Session judge ruled JFK should be told to halt action in Kenya. That will allow the lawsuit in Scotland to get back on track. The workers claimed they suffered musculoskeletal injuries while working for the Aberdeen-registered JFK at its firms in the Kericho region of Kenya. They have signed up to group proceedings, a class action lawsuit in the Court of Session in Edinburgh. Having failed to stop the lawsuit from going ahead, the company opened up a second front in the legal battle by seeking an order from the Employment and Labour Relations Court in Nairobi. It argued that the Scottish case was an assault on the sovereignty of the people of Kenya and violated the country's constitution. The company said the proper and natural forum for a work injury dispute involving Kenyan workers governed by Kenyan law was in Kenya and not Scotland. The court granted an interim anti-suit injunction, bringing the Scottish case to a temporary halt and preventing anyone else from joining the class action. Lawyers acting for the tea pickers have now won an order from the Court of Session telling JFK not to continue with the Kenyan action. They argued that JFK's conduct had been calculated to intimidate the workers and prevent them from having lawful access to the Scottish courts for resolution of a bona fide dispute. East Africa. Alarm as Somalia's Hassan Sheikh Mohamud sours ties with Ethiopia. The new government in Somalia that won elections held in May has gotten off to a rocky political start in its relations with a relatively powerful and influential neighbor, Ethiopia. Ethiopia enjoyed warm relations with the previous government in Somalia, but recent incidents have soured relations. First was that Somalia's new president, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, bypassed his Ethiopian counterpart, Abiy Ahmed, during visits to general capitals in May, June, and July. Then during a visit to Cairo, Hassan Sheikh waded into the controversy between Ethiopia and Egypt over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD. Egyptian ruler Abdel Fattah el-Sisi hinted at a press conference that Somalia and Egypt saw eye to eye on the contentious dam. The final stroke appears to be Hassan Sheikh's unexpected decision to appoint a former Al-Shabaab commander, Mukhtar Robo Mansour, to Somalia's new cabinet. Mansour was the former deputy of the militant group Al-Shabaab. This appointment was met with a mixture of shock and disbelief at home and in the region and beyond. The fiercest reaction came from Ethiopia, which dreads Al-Shabaab and its radicalized elements. Successive Ethiopian governments have always expected a menace from Somalia. Addis Ababa was nevertheless taken by surprise when Al-Shabaab launched a cross-border attack on Ethiopian forces in late July. It showed that the militant group could easily dent Ethiopia's capability to control the border with southern Somalia. Zimbabwe. Gas drilling project to begin in Zimbabwe. Australia-based oil and gas company Invictus Energy has said it would next month begin exploring for gas in northern Zimbabwe. If successful, this could lead to Zimbabwe's fast gas production and could ease the country's perennial power woes. Exploration was to start some 200 kilometers north of the capital Harare, near the border with Mozambique, at a field that is estimated to hold 20 trillion cubic feet of gas, according to Invictus. Invictus Energy signed the exploration, development and production deal with Zimbabwe in 2018. It plans to build a gas-to-power facility to supply the national grid. But environmentalists are wary and say when the project gets into full swing, there will be serious environmental pollution and that the construction of hundreds of kilometers of pipeline would displace people as well as destroy vegetation and animal habitats. Diaspora. Black America benefits from Biden signing Inflation Reduction Act. President Joe Biden has signed the historic $750 billion Inflation Reduction Act into law, a major accomplishment for the administration and a Democratic Party that's now looking with more optimism towards November crucial midterm elections. The bill represents the most significant climate investment in U.S. history. It includes strengthening critical provisions of the Affordable Care Act, providing Medicare with authority to negotiate certain prescription drug costs, and administration officials anticipate it will create jobs with family-sustaining wages. Additionally, the law will reduce the national deficit. Biden said new taxes would pay for the bill, including a 15% minimum tax on large corporations and a 1% tax on stock buyback. Overall, it's projected that the measure would result in the government taking in more than $700 billion over 10 years while spending about $430 billion to help reduce carbon emissions and securing the extension of subsidies in the health care law. The new law should primarily assist African American families. According to a study published by the Federal Reserve Bank in Minneapolis, African American households are now exposed to inflation fluctuations than their white peers. Researchers concluded that if prices paid by white households increased by 7% over a year, calculations suggest that one may expect them to increase by 7% for black families. The study said that black households also spend a more significant portion of their income on goods and services with prices that change more often. The results, according to the researchers, isn't a mystery, as black families will suffer the worst effects of rising inflations because they lag behind their white counterparts in income, wealth, financial savings, and home ownership. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.